Welcome to our TV briefing program. Today, we've got some fascinating stories lined up for you. First up, Hollywood legend Elizabeth Taylor thought her first Oscar win for Butterfield 8 was more about sympathy than talent. She reveals in a new HBO documentary that her near-fatal pneumonia and a publicized tracheotomy might have swayed the votes in her favor, despite her low opinion of the film itself. Next, let's dive into the world of K-pop, where the global sensation BTS is not just making waves in music but also in economics. With an estimated $4 billion annual impact, BTS is a financial juggernaut, influencing everything from concert tickets to Korean cosmetics. However, governance issues at the agencies behind these stars are causing some investor jitters. Finally, we turn our attention to the world of athletics where Marcell Jacobs, the reigning 100-meter Olympic champion, is struggling to shake off the label of fluke after a less-than-stellar performance post-Tokyo. Criticized by none other than Michael Johnson, Jacobs is on a mission to prove he's got what it takes. Please stay tuned for more details. The Independent. Elizabeth Taylor believed her first Oscar win in 1961 was a Sympathy vote following a severe bout of pneumonia that led to a much-publicized tracheotomy. In the new HBO documentary Elizabeth Taylor, The Lost Tapes, based on interviews conducted by Life journalist Richard Merriman, Taylor candidly discusses her ordeal and the resulting Oscar win for her role in Butterfield 8, a film she described as a piece of S. Despite its commercial success, the movie was critically panned, and Taylor felt her award was more a result of her health scare than her performance. She recounts the harrowing details of her surgery, including being declared dead multiple times on the operating table. Taylor's second Oscar win came in 1967 for her performance in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Nikkei Asia. K-pop, led by global stars like BTS, is significantly influencing consumer spending and attracting foreign investors, despite governance issues within the agencies. BTS's oldest member, Jin, recently captivated 4,000 fans at the Jamsil Arena in Seoul after completing mandatory military service, highlighting the group's immense economic impact. The Hyundai Research Institute estimated BTS's economic contribution at around $4 billion annually, encompassing concert ticket sales, merchandise, and boosted exports of South Korean products. HYBE, the agency behind BTS, has seen its stock soar, with foreign ownership rising from 3% to over 20%. However, internal disputes, such as the one involving producer Min Hee-jin, underscore the need for better governance. The entertainment business's rapid growth potential is accompanied by significant risks, as evidenced by the recent resignation of HYBE's CEO Park Ji-won. Telegraph. In the Netflix documentary Sprint, Michael Johnson describes the word fluke as shadowing Olympic 100m champion Marcell Jacobs. Jacobs, the first European to win the Olympic 100m since Linford Christie in 1992, secured his unexpected gold in Tokyo with a time of 9.80 seconds but has struggled to replicate that performance. Despite claiming to be in his best shape ever, Jacobs' recent heats suggest he faces a tough challenge in retaining his title. His limited success since Tokyo includes going out in the semifinals of the World Championships and dealing with the fallout from an investigation involving a former advisor. Jacobs has also faced personal challenges, including adjusting to newfound fame and managing injuries. Now working with American coach Rana Rader, Jacobs insists he is a better athlete despite the ups and downs, emphasizing that athletes are not machines and cannot always perform perfectly. Al Jazeera. In Nigeria, a wave of protests has erupted against President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms, which critics argue are excessively harsh. The unrest has led to police shootings and mass arrests, reflecting widespread anger and frustration among the populace. The government's stance is that these reforms are necessary for the country's economic stability, but the public's dissent suggests a deep-seated discontent that could potentially spread further. Experts like Isa Sanusi from Amnesty International Nigeria and Aisha Osori from the Open Society Foundations highlight the severe impact of these policies on the average Nigerian, while security consultant Kabir Adamu and Minister of Information Muhammad Idris discuss the broader implications for national stability. The Sydney Morning Herald. At nearly 70, I confronted my aversion to horror movies by attending a screening of the 1922 silent film Nosferatu, accompanied by a live jazz score from my brother-in-law, Peter Dosent. Despite my initial fears, the film's dated scare tactics elicited laughter rather than terror. However, my experience with the opera, Breaking the Waves, was profoundly different, leaving me deeply shaken by its harrowing portrayal of a young woman's tragic fate. This led me to reflect on the psychological and spiritual impacts of consuming horror, drawing wisdom from the Apostle Paul's advice to focus on what is noble and pure. Paul's teachings, emphasizing thoughtful reflection and moral living, resonate across cultures and times, urging us to fill our minds with uplifting and edifying thoughts. The Sydney Morning Herald, intravenous, 4, vitamin drips, marketed as cures for hangovers and boosters for immunity, are gaining popularity in Australia, with numerous new companies entering the market. These treatments, which can cost between $200 and $700, are offered in various settings, including mobile clinics and corporate wellness programs. Despite the surge in demand, there is limited scientific evidence supporting their efficacy beyond traditional supplements. Health professionals, including Dr. Nicole Higgins of the Royal Australian College of General Practitioners, express concerns about the misleading marketing and potential health risks associated with these unregulated treatments. The global shortage of four supplies exacerbates the issue, prompting calls for stricter regulations and honest communication about the benefits and risks of four infusions. The Globe and Mail. On a memorable Friday night at Toronto's Rogers Centre, rock legends Def Leppard, Journey, and Cheap Trick brought a nostalgic wave of 80s rock to their fans. Def Leppard's Joe Elliott, with his signature fervor, declared the enduring power of rock and roll as they delivered hits like Foolin', Armageddon It, and the iconic Pour Some Sugar on Me. Journey's set, filled with timeless anthems such as Don't Stop Believin' and Any Way You Want It, showcased Arnel Pineda's uncanny resemblance to original frontman Steve Perry. However, Cheap Trick's performance was less impressive, with Robin Zander struggling vocally. The night underscored a poignant reality: the era of dominant rock bands has faded, replaced by solo artists in today's music scene, driven by the economics and dynamics of social media and talent shows. Telegraph. Nick Kassenbaum's Revenge, After the Lavoya at the Edinburgh Fringe offers a satirical and exaggerated take on the political turmoil of 2019, particularly focusing on Jeremy Corbyn's controversial leadership of the Labour Party. The play, featuring Gemma Barnett and Dylan Corbett-Bader, revolves around Jewish twins Dan and Lauren plotting to kidnap Corbyn, using a fake Holocaust memorial event as bait. Despite the absence of a physical portrayal of Corbyn, the narrative delves into the Jewish community's divided stance on his leadership. The show, directed by Emma Jude Harris, is filled with comic energy and character transformations, including a humorous portrayal of an East End gangster and his Holocaust survivor sidekick. While the play is entertaining, it lacks a deep exploration of the serious accusations that plagued Corbyn. Associated Press. In a surprising move, Donald Trump announced he would not participate in the scheduled September debate with Vice President Kamala Harris on ABC, opting instead for a debate on Fox News. Trump cited his ongoing litigation against ABC as a conflict of interest and proposed a new date of September 4 on Fox News with a live audience. Harris's spokesperson accused Trump of evading the debate, asserting that she would still appear on ABC to address the national audience. This decision follows Trump's pattern of avoiding debates, reminiscent of his approach during the 2024 Republican primaries. The debate dynamics have been tense, with Harris challenging Trump to face her directly, highlighting the contentious nature of this election cycle. Telegraph. Ed Knight's return to the Edinburgh Fringe with The Plunge is a delightful surprise, showcasing his transformation from the angry young man of 2018 into a master of dumb jokes and belly laughs. Performing at Monkey Barrel Comedy, The Hive, Knight crams an impressive 240 punchlines into an hour, tackling personal topics like antidepressant side effects and a cancer scare without a hint of self-pity. His routines on eating Lego, obsessing over waterfowl, and adopting an emotional support aunt are hilariously surreal. Despite a few provocateur moments, the show is remarkably feel-good, with poetic lines sandwiched between cheesy but well-crafted jokes. Knight's shift from live stand-up to online content creation hasn't dulled his stage presence. He owns the room, even handling technical issues like a pro. This pay-what-you-want hour of comedy is a testament to Knight's enduring talent and adaptability. Telegraph. Dylan Mulvaney's Fag Hag at Assembly George Square Studios dives into the bizarre Bud Light fiasco and her rise to fame as a transgender influencer. With angel wings and a lavish all-pink Barbie dreamhouse set, Mulvaney's show is a high-budget production by Fringe standards. She recounts her journey from a boy's body to a trans icon, touching on her conflicted Catholicism and the commodification of trans people. The show's satirical edge sharpens as it explores her abrupt fame, brand deals, and the backlash from both trolls and virtue-signaling corporations. Despite its glossy finish, Fag Hag offers a poignant critique of late-stage capitalism and misogyny, though some threads feel underexplored. Mulvaney's charisma shines throughout, making the show an entertaining yet thought-provoking experience. Telegraph, Matt Ford's The End of an Era at Pleasance, Beyond, is a triumphant return to the stage after a battle with cancer. Diagnosed with cancer at the base of his spine, Ford now performs with a walking stick and shares the physical costs of his surgery with humor and resilience. His show, however, focuses more on his incisive political impersonations, skewering figures like Sunak, Starmer, Miliband, Rayner, Farage, and Anderson with sharp wit and vocal accuracy. Ford's ability to find humor in his medical ordeal and his continued critique of the political class make for a laugh-a-minute performance, underpinned by wisdom and resilience. His near-assassination riff on Trump and Blair is exemplary, earning him a well-deserved standing ovation. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning coffee, fresh off the press. Reading headlines, feeling blessed. World keeps turning, stories unfold. Every moment, news gets told. Flipping channels, clicking tabs. Feeding my mind's hunger grabs. Facts and figures, images bright. News keeps rolling day and night. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Politics, science, sports, and art. Every story plays its part. Global voices near. Every headline loud and clear. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dark. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough.